Hello crushes, welcome back to the channel. It has been a while since I've uploaded a video because it has taken me a lot of time to complete this one. So I hope you enjoy it. I will be going through my entire ideal dream house, my main idea and concept. I will talk about the entrance, different patterns I'm interested in, like the bedroom, the bathroom, the living room, the kitchen, and as well as fashion, clothes, and I might have included some bags, I'm not sure. So, as I said, I will be sharing with you my ideal dream house and how I would like my house to look like in the future. I will be going through different sections of the house and showing you different products I am interested in. I will put up my details from my Pinterest if you want to go check that board out. So, if you like anything, you can just go find it there. I'll let you know my thoughts of the design, practicality, and chance of me actually getting the item or a similar item. If you feel inspired, I would recommend you can also design your dream home along with me. I just find it such a therapeutic thing to do. You know, it's just something great to look forward to. So, without further ado, let's get started with this video. So, first, I'm going to be starting with the main idea or concept. I'll put up the pictures from the dream home board Pinterest, and I'll show you the main photos here of what I'm looking for. These are all very pink and there's a lot of Sanrio. These photos that I'm showing you are very cluttered. I don't want my house to be this cluttered, but I still want this vibe. I still want it to look perfect and just have cute things around the house. Now, as you're looking at the photos of the general idea, the main things that I'm looking out for is bows and lace decorated on certain pieces of furniture, like a light pink color, as well as other shades of color, like pink colors. I like the white mix with the pink. And then the cute vibe. I love like cute things and cute accessories. There's also the early 2000s or 2010s look. I just love that look, and actually my childhood bedroom is a lot of the 2010s vibe, so I'm actually really looking forward to go back there and get a lot of the stuff I have there because it's very much that vibe and I just love it. It's very nostalgic. I just want it in my future house. And then diverse patterns and just like fun patterns as well as simple ones. It depends on where exactly they're put. And then the Hime Gyaru and Hime Kaji vibe. That's like the vibe of my house that I'm going for. And although I am not Hime Gyaru, I just love that vibe for the house, so that's what I'm going for. I am Tsume Gyaru, and that's how my closet will still look like though, even surrounded by the pink, by like all the pink and white accessories and stuff. My coats and my fashion and everything will be Tsume, but I also do want to look into Hime fashion and I want to get into the sub-style, but I think it'll take me some time to get into it because Tsume Gyaru really clicked really quickly, but I don't think it'll be the same for Hime Gyaru. And also I am on a no-buy right now, and I don't have any Hime Gyaru pieces, so it will be a while since I try to get those pieces. So that is for the future, suited for this video as I am talking about my future house. And also the no-buy that I am going right now, I'm documenting it. And in the future there will be a video about it. Hopefully I can last a few months, etc. So it will be along the line. It will be probably posted next year, or if I can last longer, but we'll see. So maybe don't look out for the video right now, but in the future definitely. And I can also post updates about it actually now, just thinking of it. You can comment if you want some updates about the project plan before I post the main video about it. Feel free to comment down below. Okay, then some other things that I'm looking out for my future house would be the Sanrio characters, like I said, my favorites are My Melody and Hello Kitty. And then my actual favorite is Charmy Kitty, but there is like no merch or like nothing to do with her, but I can always make DIY from her, so that's why she is on the list. And I can also find vintage things for this character. So this is the main idea for this video. I will be starting with the entrance. So first section is the entrance that I will be starting with. So the first item that I put in the entrance, but this item actually applies for all around the house, and it's this light switch, and it has a bow stuck on the top of it as well as a lace around it. And I just love this because I do want the cluttered look as you saw in the first few photos, but at the same time I don't actually want to have clutter. I don't want to have an excess of items. I want to love everything that I own and not have too many things. So stuff like this I feel like fits perfectly in the vision that I am creating for my future home. This product or DIY, it's something like starting off small. This isn't even like a product. As I said, it's a DIY project you can do yourself. If it's the overall aesthetic I'm going for, and I feel that small things like this will elevate the house and transform it into the dream house I'm looking for. It is definitely practical, as I don't think it would get in the way. I don't believe it's high maintenance. And I think that's very important when you're thinking of stuff to put in your dream house. If everything is high maintenance, you will give up very quickly and go back to the basic designs or like the easier to use designs that everyone uses. I will have examples of this further in the video. So yeah, this is definitely not high maintenance. All in all, I believe I would definitely include this in my dream home. On one condition though, is that I need to figure out a safe way to glue it on. Because even though I am talking about my own house where I will stick this in, like all of the stuff that I'm talking about will be when, hopefully in the future, I buy my own house. So this will not be a renting where I'm not allowed to stick things on. So even though this is my own house where I will stick this in, I don't want to ruin the walls. Or if I change my mind, it would be great if I'm able to take it off without ruining it. So this is something I need to take in consideration before I do this DIY. Other than that, if I have this figured out, I think it'll be a great addition to my home. The next product I'm thinking of for entrances, and this isn't necessarily as well as the last one for the main entrance, but as well as any entrance, any open door or open area. The product that I will be talking about, which I'm very excited about, is door hanging decorations. Let's get started. I have 3 different types that I will be talking about. So first we have heart door hanging decoration. These are very cute. Out of all the hanging decorations that will be mentioned, I think this one is my favorite. It fits the vibe the most. It's very simple. It still fits with the theme completely, but it's not too cluttered. Like, people don't have door hanging decorations anyway, so having them is already that extra nice clutter vibe that I'm going for. But when you're going for a complex design with the door hanging, it becomes that bit too much that I don't want to have in my home. So the design is simple, fits with the theme completely. I think the door hanging decorations are better to be simpler because, as I said, they're already not common to have in houses, but I think they're not high maintenance or annoying. It's definitely something I want to include in my house, but referring to the annoying aspect, I think they are annoying if they get in the way. If they're made out of a hard plastic, I think it will be hurtful to walk through them. It will be annoying. So even though the reference picture that I took from, it looks like more of a plastic or glass texture, I would have like hard fuzzy balls on mine, like, so it's very soft when you go through it. and it won't cause annoyance or damage to them as well, because if you're like banging off of them, that is what I think. And most reference pictures that I've seen of these have it in their front bedrooms, on their windows, or through like passageways through rooms with no doors. But there is this one video where this person had a curtain instead of the door to their closet. So it could also be cute as a door in front of my closet, or if I had a curtain and then decorations in front of them. But then that might also be annoying, having to rummage and pick out clothes in between them, so that also might be not the best idea. I think positioning them and putting them in a place where they're not high maintenance and they're not annoying is important with this kind of accessory in your house, as well as maybe not putting them at the entrance so it doesn't annoy other guests or people. So yeah, in my opinion, somewhere in your room is a good idea. I know this is like in the entrance section, not in the bedroom section, but I thought it was suitable since it could be an entrance for any section of the house. Then moving on to the next two hanging decorations I have prepared. Next is the multicolored door hanging decoration. This one I drew from a reference picture where they had these hanging from an open window between their living room and kitchen, I believe. I really like this idea for this more complicated design. I feel like it actually matches with the vision I have for my kitchen and dining room. So in that sense, I think the multicolor hanging could actually work when thinking of a more complicated design, as I don't think a more complicated design like this one would work for the bedroom or somewhere you're passing through. This is okay to have this plastic or glass-like texture, as no one will go through this if I hang it on a window opening. This material in this area won't cause annoyance. Although it isn't necessarily practical, it fits with the vibe I'm going for, so I might consider this design. And even sometimes a lot of things like these door hanging decorations, like no one needs to have this in their house. It doesn't add a function, but I feel like it just adds to the vibe, and I think I would enjoy having these hanging decorations in my house, and I feel like that's the function it would give, the vibes and like the happiness of seeing it on my house and like walking through them. I feel like it's a nice vibe and feeling, so that's what I'm going for. And then the last one is this bow door hanging decoration. This hanging decor is actually styled with cute white curtains in the picture that I drew them from. They're used as an entrance for a bedroom. I honestly think this design is the most impractical, as they can think of any other way this design can be transferred. I honestly think this design is the most impractical because I can't think of any way this design can be made into, like the hearts. I set an example of turning them into like fuzzy hearts. The bows, that's a bit harder to recreate and make it look aesthetically pleasing. So that means you would have to keep the hard plastic design, which as I said would be a bit impractical. But looking at this again, I don't think I'll have this design in my house. I also feel this more like coquette vibe instead of Gyaru or 2000s. So I might opt out of this hanging decoration and have the first design in my bedroom and the second one in between a window from the dining room and the kitchen or something like that. Next, moving on, I have two different types of shoe racks. The first one is this Hello Kitty shoe rack. This is the cutest shoe rack ever. It fits not only the requirements of like pink colors and the white, but there's also Hello Kitty on it. For practicality, it is a bit wide and bulky, but not a bad option. I don't have any comments on what I would change about the product. If I decided to pick this rack as my shoe rack of choice, I would leave it as it is. When comparing the shoe rack to the other one I will show next, I choose the other one over this one, as the practicality aspect makes me iffy about buying something this big and bulky. When also inspecting it further, it also has less shelves. It does have a bigger space on each shelf, making it able to fit rows of shoes on each shelf, so I can have 2 rows of shoes on one shelf. But I think doing that makes the look of the shoe rack look ugly and a bit impractical. It would be easy to make a mess and your shoes will be everywhere, and it will have this more like unprofessional look. It will be hard to keep it clean. I can already imagine how quickly it would make a mess, and it's out in the open and not a closed closet, meaning you'd want it to stay organized. In the end, I've come to the conclusion that this product is a no, unfortunately, even though I think it is the cutest thing ever, but it's just not winning on the practicality side. I feel like this will take up the entire entrance. Also, I prefer if the shelf has limited space, because then I'm only allowed to have a certain amount of shoes on it. This one, it feels like you can you can even put shoes on top of other shoes, because in between each rack there's a huge space. So I just think this will end up not as aesthetic as it seems to be. Next, this is the other shoe rack that I was comparing to the Hello Kitty one. This design really stands out to me. It is a simple design and it doesn't have any distinct designs or features, but I believe it to be very practical and fitting to the aesthetic and look I am achieving. There's an extra row on top as shown in the reference picture I used. You can easily place slippers in front of the first shelf as well, and I think it looks very well. I really like that this will keep my shoe collection minimal and easy to clean and take care of. In the reference picture, there is shoes shown on the rack. 2 shoes can fit on each rack, 2 pairs of shoes, and they fit perfectly. There's no space to squeeze in another one in between. So in total, that would make it 10 pairs of shoes, which I think is more enough for a single person to own, and that is including slippers. All in all, it is a very practical shoe rack. It's small and compact, having a foldable feature as well. The only negative comment being that this stand has a less distinct design, as I mentioned at the start. When you compare it to the Hello Kitty shoe rack, it is way more of a simpler and more modern style. But other than that, I wouldn't change anything to this product, and this is something I'm really looking forward to hopefully owning in my future house. Next is this Hello Kitty coat hanger, and oh my god, I am obsessed with this product idea. I love everything about it. Currently, I own 4 coats, making this perfect, as I don't want to be owning more than 4 coats at the same time anyways. When one of my coats is damaged, I can replace it with another one. It has rotatable sections, as you can see in the drawing. I love the design and its practicality wins in every section. I honestly can't find any negatives in this product. I just find it so practical that each coat will hang from a different side, and the hangers are rotatable from all sides. And to add in on top of all of that, it has the cutest Hello Kitty design. It fits exactly with all my criteria as well as practicality. I think it is hard to find cute designs that are good quality and practical. So this is definitely a win. Nothing more to say. I definitely want this in my home. 10 out of 10. Then the last product I will be discussing for the entrance area is this Hello Kitty storage box. In this entrance sector, we are lastly left with a simple Hello Kitty plastic storage box. This is practical as we already own storage boxes in our entrance where we place our hats and scarves for easy access. This is a product that I know I will end up using. It's simple and an effective design. I also have no comments for this product. It's very simple. It is as it is. It also has a nice Hello Kitty 2000s print on the top. I think it's going for more of a nostalgic design compared to a modern design. Definitely in addition to the entrance area. This concludes the entrance items. I know I included the hanging decorations here, as well as the light bulb. though I didn't mention their area being in the entrance area, the reason I included them here is because they are placed on doors as closet or room entrances. This is why I find it suitable to put them in this section. Now moving on to the bedroom. Firstly, we have a pink curtain design. First, we have a sheer white curtain that will let the light in but also keep privacy. And then on top of it, there's this ruffle pink at the top and a pink curtain on top that secludes the light from coming in. I really like this design. I don't see any problems with it other than in our room right now we have blockout curtains, so I'm not sure if this will do a very good job at blocking out the light completely. But other than that, the vibes and the design is very cute. It fits in my criteria. I already discussed the practicality, which is the light getting in at night, but I do like that you can still keep the white sheer curtain and the light will be in, but you also have privacy at the same time of having light in. So I think I'd include this in my bedroom. So this is a yes. Moving on, we have Hello Kitty pencil holders. In my childhood bedroom, I had a lot of these, but not the Hello Kitty ones. We had like just black basic ones. These are like, I don't know if you remember them, they're pencil holders and they're made out of metal and they have a lot of holes around them. I'm sure they're still used in some office spaces or things like that, but I haven't found any of them in Europe actually. I don't remember seeing them. But these are those type of designs. They're pink and they have a Hello Kitty stuck onto them. And there's also this other design where the holes are floral designs with the Hello Kitty on top. I use a lot of pencil holders because I do a lot of art. I have a lot of pens and different highlighters and bullet journaling pens and unique pens with, I just have a lot of different stationery. So I do have a lot of cups around my desk. As you can see in my previous video, I did a tour desk video. Be sure to check that out if you haven't yet. So I think these would go super cute on my desk in my bedroom. So these are a yes from me. In terms of practicality, they're pretty practical. There's nothing negative to say about them. And then moving on is an item I've seen in the shop a couple of times actually. It's this big Hello Kitty drawer container box and it has a couple of drawers and a drawer on the top. You open it and it opens from the top and then the other ones are drawers. And honestly, I just think this is a nice storage space. It does look and feel a bit cheap, but honestly, I don't think it would malfunction. I think it's still good and it would last a long time. It definitely is giving 2000 like old storage box. It fits the aesthetic and I think it would be pretty good. It's just storing your stuff. You're not putting liquids in it or food in it. So I think it will last. I think this is another yes addition to the bedroom. Next is another Hello Kitty drawer container box. And it's the same exact concept. It's just a smaller one that I found. So I just thought having a big and a small one would be nice. And these actually, I'm planning on storing in them is like washi tapes, some type of stickers, some beads and things like that. I think would be really nice for beads as well. Next is just a simple hairbrush. It has a Hello Kitty and this cute pink leopard print. I have a working hairbrush right now, but when I'm done with it, I'd love to get this one. Next, we have this Hello Kitty hairdryer. The reason why I picked out this specific hairdryer is not only does it have a white and pink cute color, it also has a stand where you can put your hairdryer in, and that stand has a cute little Hello Kitty that you can stick on the wall. This is in the bedroom, not the bathroom. I almost put it in the bathroom section, but it is not a good idea to have your hairdryer in your bathroom. And also right now we have our hairdryer in our bedroom, so that's where that will go. Then we have these old style pencil cases that I really want. They're rectangular shaped and they have a magnet when you open them, and there's 4 slots for pencils. They also have 2 buttons and they pull out different sections where you can put your rubber or sharpen your pencil. They used to be a lot popular like 10 years ago, but I've started really liking them again. So maybe in a year or 2, etc., if I want a new pencil case or if I need a new pencil case, I might get this type. The one that I'm looking at is a My Melody design, and it has the light pink and a bit of a darker pink around the rims. I think it's really cute. And actually, Claire's and Smiggles have a lot of these, but the Smiggles one actually have calculators, and I don't know if I want a calculator in my one, so I'll think more about it when it comes to the time when I'm getting them. Then we have the My Melody container box. This is a pink cute box with a little handle. It has a print on the top, and when you open it, it has small little sections, almost for beads or something like that. I think it's also a very cute storage container. I'd love if all my storage containers were like the 2 Hello Kitty ones I showed. So moving on, we have the cutest My Melody clear makeup bag. I don't have a makeup bag, but I definitely want one in the future. So when I get one, it will be a My Melody one. This specifically has a handle. It looks actually like you can use it as a bag. It's very big, and the zippers are this gold color. I love the combination of gold and pink, which you can also see a lot in Hime Gyaru actually. Then moving on, it's a My Melody small drawer desk container, and it looks like one where on one side you put your pens and pencils, and on the other side there's 2 drawers. Maybe I can put my washi tapes or something like that. So I definitely want this one. I think this is my favorite storage box container. The next one is another My Melody storage box. It's more of a bigger box with 3 different containers. I think this one will fit more like notepads or even small notebooks and sketchbooks. The next one is another My Melody container. It's more of a stand though. Like when you go to Comic-Con and they have their stickers out on a stand, it looks something like that. If I ever sell my things in Comic-Con, I might use a stand like this to sell my stickers. Next, we have a My Melody pencil holder, another one. It has 4 different sections and they're blocked off. I like this because then you can separate your multicolored pens to your normal pens and your pencils and etc. So I really like this design. And then we have a My Melody trash can. It just has My Melody's head on top, and at the bottom there's a cute design of a bunch of My Melodies. And then we have the cutest plushie ever. I love this plushie. It looks so stupid. It has the biggest bow on top and it's oblong and it's so cute. I want this on my bed. If I had to choose one My Melody plushie, it would definitely be this one. Had to include it, so there it is, that this will be the plushie on my bed. Next, I have the famous My Melody carpet. If you're a big fan of My Melody and you've seen a My Melody carpet before, it was probably this carpet. I just really want it. It's just so cute. It fits exactly the vibe that I'm looking for. I just love it. Okay, then we have those IKEA pink trolley holder, the container box with the wheels. Everyone has them, but yeah, I just think they're really functional. I have a lot of notebooks and different art supplies, and I think they're a nice way to display them compared to me having them just in my cupboards where I can't really see what I have. So I think they're a great addition. They have a cute pink one, so it's perfect. Also, for those, even though I already mentioned what I want to use them for, I've seen a girl on my feed use it for her makeup, and she has a little section where she has a mirror and she has a trolley with her makeup in it, and I think that's so cute. I don't know if I want to do that or not, but that is an idea to throw in there. Then we have the IKEA pegboards. You've definitely seen these as well. I really want them, and actually the reference picture that I'm looking at, they've included one of the My Melody storage boxes. They also have these cute hangers that you can add to them and places where people usually put their little photo card books. So I'm definitely so excited to get my own and design it in my style. So looking forward to that. Now we finished the bedroom. We can move on to the living room. For the living room, I have another design ready for the curtains. It is the same curtains that I spoke about before. It's a bit more of a ruffle design. It's these pink curtains and they have swept ruffles at the bottom and at the top. It's pretty simple. I think these would look great. They're not too simple, so they add variety and clutterness without there being too much stuff. Then moving on, we have this strawberry couch that I've been seeing everywhere. It is so cute, but the only thing about it is I am not too sure if I want this design and if it fits what I am looking for, because when we compare it to other designs that I found this pink couch with bows. It's just a simple pink couch, but it has 2 bows on the back of the couches. But now I am thinking maybe this is not practical, because if someone's sitting on that side of the couch, they can't put their backs fully to the couch because there is a big bow. So maybe no on that couch, or the same design but with the bow placed somewhere else. The last couch that I do want to discuss in this section is the My Melody couch. You might have seen it around. I'm not really sure where to purchase this, but I needed to add it in. It's just one couch by itself. It is the cutest thing ever. It has the face of My Melody, simple pink color, but with a bit of that unique design style to it. And then we have 2 different types of clocks. These clocks are so cute, and the first one is like a cuckoo clock. The base of the clock is very old design. It has a little mouse hanging from the bottom, and it is a My Melody design. Then moving on, there's this My Melody table. It's My Melody's head and there's stands coming out from it. It's a foldable table, and I just think it's good to have a small foldable table in your house anyways. So this is my table of choice. Oh, also I forgot to talk about the second clock, which is My Melody head, and then the white part of her face is the clock. There's gems and there's the arrows. This one I've specifically seen in the Sanrio shop. And then next are 2 foldable chairs. These look like garden chairs or just like your basic foldable chair. They're a light pink color and they have the cutest old vintage style Hello Kitty print, and I just think these would go perfect anywhere. I obviously don't know if my future house will have a garden, but I definitely do want balcony or garden, so these will go great in those areas. And then next are these cute lace Hello Kitty stands, and these stands, they're just like for storage. I'm sure I've seen people put these in their bathroom as well as their living room. They're open space storage, they don't close, and they have multiple shelves with little areas in them. And then there's the same design as well, but smaller, and it's the size to put a bit of pens, like your remote controls for your TV or AC. I think it's cute to put on the living room table, etc. And then there's this piece that I've seen people decorate in their living room, and I just think it's so nostalgic and it's so cute to have, and it's this horse rocking chair, and I just think it's the cutest thing ever, and I'd love to have it next to my couch in my living room. So that's that piece. And then next we have a My Melody trash can. This one's just slightly different design and a darker pink than the other My Melody. And then we have this really cute Charmy Kitty fan. You'd only be able to get this from maybe eBay or Mercari, because I don't think you can find that anywhere, but it's so cute. So if I ever find it, I feel like I'll definitely bring it into my future home. And then the last thing I have here for my living room, it's like this tissue box, and it's just fluffy, and it's like My Melody's face on it, and it's really cute. So I really want that because I feel like it adds to the living room, because you're gonna have a tissue box, so might as well make it cute, and it adds to the theme that I want, like that cluttered mess. The reason I want to go for the cluttered look is because I feel like it gives your home a vibe that's comfortable, and it's like, oh, someone's living here. It's not as if it's brand new and anyone can come live here. It's like, oh, someone's living here. It's like cluttered. But also, like I said, I wanted to have that feeling, but I don't want a lot of stuff. So yeah, that's all the products for the living room. Next, we are moving on to the kitchen. First, we have this picture is someone like taking a picture of all their bowls and all their plates, and they're all multicolored. They all look like they have different maybe Sanrio designs, or they have cute characters. They're all multicolored and they all have a very fun and cute vibe. And I just like this vibe in general because it's very fun and playful, and I really like it as well, giving the cluttered but not a lot of stuff. So what I'm trying to say is, although I will have minimal things, the things that I do have will be out there, so it won't give a clean look, if you get what I'm trying to say. So then the next one is a picture of just my Melody cutlery, plates, spoons, bowls. I want in my kitchen to have plates and cutlery and my Melody themed items. So that's all there is to that. Although I am a bit iffy about the plastic plates, because a lot of my Melody or the Sanrio ones, they're plastic, and I think I might stick to just the glass plates. And then I have two different types of display stands. The first display stand is your very basic cupcake display stand. This one's just a light pink color. I think it's great because my cupcakes will have designs on them. I like the simple design for this one. And then the next one is a cake display stand, and the glass display on top, there's like a cute bunny, and the bottom is a light pink color. It's simple, but it still has something cute. And again, I want the focus to be on the cake, so I think it's a good product. And then the next one, I've seen this a lot in photos, and it's a drying rack, but on the sides there's the My Melody outline face, and it's a light pink color. I just think it's cute and it adds a nice touch to the kitchen. And then the next one, it's just a handheld broom, and it just has the little Hello Kitty with the wings on it, and that's it. It's just the light pink color. And then the next two are, I found a teacup and then a tall glass cup, and they have Charmy Kitty on it. I've already said this is my favorite Sanrio character, but there's not a lot of her. You know how you can get things printed on cups? I might do that, but I have to be careful because a lot of times when you do that, it's not dishwasher safe and it will peel off. But I just have to be careful and get good quality. So yeah, those are those two designs. And then next, I have food storage container boxes. They just have light pink lids, nothing too special. I'm really into meal planning and meal prepping and like that in general, so I think these are perfect. I'd love in my own house to have a bunch of these containers, so I can make one big batch and then store it in individual containers for each day. And then I have a vacuum, and I think I put it here because maybe I'll store it in some cupboard in the kitchen, but it's a Hello Kitty vacuum and it's vintage. I've seen someone on YouTube own this actually. They said it wasn't the best quality, so I might rethink about this, but I think I'll have to look into different designs for vacuums. Then next, there's these Hello Kitty bowls with lids and spoons, and they're super cute. They're kind of like ramen bowls and ramen spoons. So that's it for those. I just think it's an awkward shape to put in the dishwasher, but other than that, it's fine. And then the next two references that I have, you know those ice cube trays? They're like really big because at the bottom they have a place where you can push the ice cubes in. I really want one of those because I feel like it's practical, and the mold that I'm looking at is Hello Kitties and bows in the same mold. I've also seen like cute paws. And then the last two items I have here, there's these cute My Melody measuring spoons, and they're like heart-shaped. I don't know how practical that is, but I think it's fine. Then lastly, there's a My Melody shaped pan. I think that's used for making pancakes or something like that, but I think it's really cute. From the picture, it doesn't look the best quality, but I feel like if I just be careful and get a good quality one, it's a good purchase. That's it for the kitchen. Next, let's move on to patterns, and then lastly, I'll move on to the bathroom. We are looking at specific patterns I am looking for in general. These are patterns that I enjoy and would include in a DIY or around my house in general. I'll show you a picture of each as I'm describing them. First, there's the flower pattern. In the reference photo, this is used on the stairs and it looks so adorable. I think it would fit perfectly. There's this cute polka dot pattern. I would want to use this pattern the least because it is a bit out there. I feel like polka dots are a very noticeable pattern, if that makes sense. I think I might rather them on a dress or something that I want to stand out. Next is this diagonal cube pattern. The first one, it has a bit of a chocolatey brown included in the mix, and the other one is just straight up light pink colors. A variation of those patterns are nice, and those would also look nice on pieces of clothing. Then there's the straight strip sort of lace pattern. It's white and a very light pink. Then the last one, which is actually my favorite, gives me the most Hime Gyaru vibes. It's a pattern consisting of multiple squares that each include their own pattern. It includes bows and hearts, and all in all, I think it's just the best one that will work the most. These are my main points about these patterns, and it leaves just enough time to talk about our bathroom and then our outro. I did mention I was going to discuss clothes and fashion, but I do think I will need another 30 to 45 minutes about that. So please comment if you want this in a future video. I will make this into a future video anyways, but I think it will be until the 9th episode because I already have everything else planned for the rest of those episodes that are already filled in. Going on to the bathroom. The product that I want to talk about the most, I see them everywhere. There are these two My Melodies. One is a lighter pink color, one's a darker color, and they're soap dispensers. And when I saw them, I was like, oh, these are definitely going in my bathroom. But I'm just so worried and thinking about like maintaining them. Each time you get a new soap, you need to fill them up, and then I feel like over time it's hard to clean them out, so mold will grow. And it's like a cheap plastic material. So even though I am in love with these designs, I'm not sure if I will go with these in my future home. So that's that product for the bathroom. Then moving on, I have these two hangers, and they're My Melody and Hello Kitty clothes hangers. I saw a YouTuber, she had these and they were very cute, and they're like for drying your socks. So I definitely want these in my future home. I think they're a good product. I think they're practical. I think they're good quality. And then moving on, we have this cute Hello Kitty stand. It's a Hello Kitty toothbrush holder, and I think the cup next to it, I'm not sure what people use that for, but for me personally, I can think of some uses for it, but that's that idea. And then we just have a very basic My Melody bath towel. I think it's really cute, and I'm sure by then I'll have to replace my current bath towel. So that's the one I will be purchasing. And then next, this one I've actually seen a lot of variation for it. It's a soap holder and it has a Hello Kitty on it. I really like this product. I think I will put it in my bathroom. And let me put my main inspiration. There's this one bathroom I see all around Pinterest. I will put it up. They have like these containers hanged up, and I love that. I'm definitely using their bathroom as an inspiration. And as I said, all of my inspiration are on my Pinterest board, so go check that out. I'll make sure that that board isn't on private. It's gonna be in the description as well, and I put it at the start as well. Lastly, for my bathroom, I have more Hello Kitty containers. It's more of a simple look. It's just the Hello Kitty red outline. And you always need containers for your bathroom to just store some extra stuff, because you need some backups for your bathroom. So I'll probably put that in a cupboard in the bathroom. So that's it for the bathroom. And yeah, I will not be going into fashion. I need a lot of time to talk about that. So this video is an artistic vision of my dream home that I have accumulated and created to get deeper understanding in what I truly want. Not only in aesthetics, but as well as practically, and viewing deeper insight into my true personal preferences. I highly recommend you do the same, whether you create a video or a journal. Whatever medium you decide is best, I believe you will enjoy these hours going deep inside your heart and finding your passion in small things. I had the best of time making videos and content like this. Creating inspirational content is a big passion of mine, and I hope it will flourish through these videos that I put out. No matter how many people see this video, knowing I was able to create a project where I put time, creativity, making a video that makes me happy, or even one other person happy, is all I could ever hope for. I really hope you take something out of this video, whether it is to draw out the items you love or to plan out your whole dream mansion. Let's have fun creating something not so serious, to chill out and have time for ourselves. I find that in projects like these, I find the most interesting or fascinating things about myself as well as either items or news articles. These are things that you find in the middle of your process as you're like fully ingrained in everything. An example of this was finding out that Sanrio had a whole website all about their characters, merch, and everything else. This might be basic for someone else, but I genuinely never thought that they had a website. And I had like so much fun reading all the little fun facts about all their characters. Feel free to go look up your favorite Sanrio characters and the info about them. It's so cute, and I will definitely be looking more into that website. Also, make sure to go watch my previous video showing my desk tour. I think it will show you what kind of vibes I'm going for. And also stay tuned for my next video, which I will be showing you how to DIY your clothing hangers. So I think that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.